Hello, Emily here. Welcome to your new yoga video today. Today I have planned for you a quick 10-minute sequence, which is perfect to either get you started for the day. Maybe you suffer with morning stiffness in the body, or maybe you've had a stressful day and you just need to let go and stretch out the stress from the day. Whatever it is that you need today, I got you. So without further ado, we'll get started. So we're going to start in a tabletop position to begin with. So we are on all fours. The hands are shoulder width apart, the knees are hip width apart. If we have any pain or discomfort in the wrist today, we can make some fists instead, just to provide those wrists a little bit extra support. And we'll move through some cat-cows. So on our next inhale from the sacrum, we'll draw the belly down, lift the chest and chin up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine and bringing the chin to the chest. Inhaling, waving up the spine, lifting the chest and chin. Exhaling, round. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, round. Flowing with the pace of your breath. Inhaling, lifting the chest and chin. Exhaling, round. Last time, inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, we can come back to our neutral tabletop position. Then walking the hands towards the top of the mat, keeping the hips in line with the knees here, we can begin to melt the chest down to the mat into our puppy pose. Maybe the forehead comes to rest, maybe the chin can come to rest on the mat. And wherever we are, nice slow deep breaths into your belly. Feeling that stretch in the armpits, opening up the chest and stretching the shoulders. One more breath. Inhaling, gently peeling the chest up off the mat and walking those hands back in. We can then tuck the toes under, take the hips back and up to our first downward facing dog today. And we can paddle the feet, take your dog for a walk, stretch out those legs. Gently rolling the shoulders down the back and softening in the elbows. One more breath. On our next inhale, looking between the hands, we can slowly walk the feet towards the hands. We can generously bend those knees. And the feet come about hip width apart here. There's some space between the feet. And we can just let the arms hang, let the head hang in our ragdoll. A nice stretch all the way down the back of the body. And we can sway from side to side if that feels nice. Maybe holding on to the sides of the elbows. Maybe gently rocking the head yes and no to loosen up the neck. Just any little movements that feel nice in your body. Or maybe stillness is all that we need today. One more breath. Exhaling, planting those palms back into the mat, and we can step it straight back to our downward facing dog. Again, we can paddle those feet. Then on our next inhale, lifting up the left foot and stepping it between the hands. We can gently drop that back knee down and untuck the toes. Gently lifting ourselves up into our low lunge. Just stretch out those hips. Resting those hands on top of the left thigh and just checking we have that knee in line with the ankle. And again, nice deep, slow breaths into your belly. And using your exhales to sink a little bit deeper into your lunge, opening up that right hip a little bit more. One more breath. Exhaling, we can bring the hands down to the mat. Planting the palms back into the mat again, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the back knee and step it back to our downward facing dog. And we can take a moment to paddle the feet. And then we'll do the same on the right side. So we can inhale, lift up the right foot, step it between the hands and gently drop that back knee down, untucking those toes and coming up to rest in our low lunge. Opening up the left side of the hip this time. You may find one side feels a little bit tighter than the other, and that's why we balance it out by practicing these stretches on both sides of the body. Keep breathing. Opening up that left hip a little bit more. Exhale, we can bring those hands back down to the mat. Tuck the back toe under, lift that knee and stepping it back to our downward facing dog. Paddling those feet once more. Then on our next exhale, gently bringing those knees back down to the mat. We can untuck the toes and we can gently walk the hands back so that we come to sit up on the heels. We can then bring the hips to one side and we can bring both those legs round with grace. And then bending the left knee and taking it over the right, we can keep this right leg extended, or we can hook it round to that left hip, making sure we're grounding down through both of the sit bones. Inhale, we'll sit nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, twisting to the left. We have the left leg on top, so we're twisting to the left. Gently gazing back behind the left shoulder. And feeling that nice juicy twist in the back. One more breath. Exhaling gently, coming back to center. We can then unbind both legs, lengthen them back out, then bending the right knee, taking it over the left leg, keeping this left leg extended or hooking it round to the opposite hip. And again, inhale, sit nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, twisting around to the right. Looking back behind that shoulder. And again, feeling that nice juicy stretch in the back. One more breath. Exhaling gently, coming back to center, and we can unbind both those legs, come to our seated position. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that little sequence and got what you needed from these stretches. Please remember to like the video and save for later, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more free yoga content. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.